explosive allegations have surfaced, implicating former Vice President Joe Biden and his son, Hunter Biden, based on purported audio recordings. Senator Chuck Grassley has made claims that an executive from Burisma, the Ukrainian energy company, who allegedly paid Joe Biden $5 million, possesses more than 12 audio recordings capturing conversations with both Bidens. These recordings are said to have been kept as an insurance policy by the executive, anticipating potential difficulties. In light of these revelations, House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer has taken action by issuing a subpoena to Devin Archer, a significant associate of the Biden family. The purpose of the deposition is to gather information about the Bidens' business dealings abroad, including their involvement in countries like China, Russia, and Ukraine. Comer emphasizes the importance of Archer's testimony in the committee's ongoing investigation. Meanwhile, Congressman Andy Ogles has made a bold move by introducing articles of impeachment against President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris. Ogles accuses them of repeatedly misusing their positions of power, both during Biden's tenure as vice president and his current presidency, to conceal their questionable family business dealings and exploit taxpayer resources. He asserts that Biden has violated his sworn oath to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States. Ogles also points out that Vice President Harris has been complicit in Biden's actions and criticizes her for allowing an uncontrolled influx of migrants at the southern border. These allegations have generated immense interest and speculation due to their potential impact on the Biden administration. The existence of audio recordings, if verified, could have significant consequences for Joe Biden, exposing crucial information about what he knew and potentially revealing a scheme to abuse his powers as vice president. The content of these recordings, if found to be genuine, would undoubtedly be a cataclysmic event, as such recordings are rarely available to the public. The situation is further complicated by the legal proceedings involving former President Donald Trump. Today, Trump is scheduled to appear in federal court, where he will face an arraignment. However, some media outlets are already creating a circus-like atmosphere surrounding the event. The process is expected to be straightforward, involving the defendant's processing, reading of documents, setting of trial dates, and the entry of a plea of not guilty. The initial proceedings will be overseen by a magistrate, and ultimately, Judge Eileen Cannon will handle the case, unless there are attempts to have her disqualified based on claims of a potential conflict of interest. However, it should be noted that the appointment of federal judges is the common practice by presidents, and suggesting that judges should be recused based solely on their appointing party is an illogical and dangerous line of thinking. Legal experts anticipate that the case involving Trump will revolve around two key laws, the Espionage Act and the Presidential Records Act. The Espionage Act, enacted in 1917 during the Woodrow Wilson administration, is intended to address issues of national security and espionage. On the other hand, the Presidential Records Act, passed 50 years later, requires the preservation of all documents and records from an administration. The question arises as to which law better applies in this case. Trump and his legal team argue that he acted in accordance with the Presidential Records Act, cooperating with archival procedures to differentiate personal records from presidential ones. They contend that the case should not be treated as an Espionage Act violation. Trump's defense may question whether he can be considered a spy under the Espionage Act, emphasizing that the law's purpose is to target individuals engaged in espionage activities, not former presidents. The outcome of these allegations and legal proceedings remains uncertain. The existence and authenticity of the alleged audio recordings involving the Bidens could have far-reaching implications for Joe Biden's reputation and his presidency. Similarly, the deposition of Devin Archer may shed light,